Today, I want to talk with you about what your shop should be equipped with for drill bits. And more specifically, I'm going to test out these TTP Hard Drill bits against my old favorite, the Cobalt Drill America bits. You know, for years, I didn't want to spend the money on premium drill bits, and I was able to get by with just a set of high-speed steel bits, which really work great for drilling wood. I think my first realization that I needed more than just wood bits was when I was trying to hang a stove exhaust hood some years ago. And I had to add a couple of holes through the stainless steel body in order to line up with the studs behind it. And I was shocked how difficult it was to get just 2 1/4-inch holes through the stainless steel. And after burning up several high-speed steel bits, I decided it was time to invest in some bits made for metal. Now, there are a number of options for drill bits that claim they are good for drilling metal. Some of those include black oxide bits, titanium nitride bits, or maybe you've heard of gold oxide bits. But the truth is that cobalt is a step above all of those. Rather than being a coating that's added to the outside of the bit, cobalt is added directly to the steel as an alloy, usually at a rate of 5 to 10%. Generally, the more cobalt added, the harder the resulting steel. But too much cobalt can result in a very brittle bit. Now, if they get this alloying process just right, what you end up with bits that cut faster, run cooler, and last longer. And they can also be resharpened and refreshed. About the only downside to adding cobalt is that cobalt is expensive. And consequently, bits like these are quite a bit more money than the ones I mentioned before. Over the years, I've tried a number of different cobalt bits. And I would say buyer beware, because they can vary greatly in quality. I've settled on these cobalt bits from Drill America. They are made in the USA, and they seem to be a good compromise of quality and price. And they have become my go-to bits for hard-to-drill metals. But recently, I was introduced to the new kid on the block, these TTP Hard Drill bits, which are priced competitively with the Drill America bits and supposedly better performance. So today, I want to put these bits to the test to see how they do. Let's start with drilling mild steel. This is a Simpson hold-down washer. It's galvanized steel that's about 1/4 of an inch thick, and it represents something most any builder would encounter on a day-to-day basis. For this test, I'll use a handheld cordless drill with a 1/4-inch TTP Hard Drill bit installed. I ended up drilling more than a half dozen holes into the washer with absolute ease. Next, I'm going to place this piece of number 5 rebar into my drill press vise. Anybody that has tried to drill something like this knows it's a challenge to get the bit started on round stock. Let's see how it does. It's taking a few seconds to get its nose into the material. I'm going to speed up the film but keep the clock rolling. Okay, it's time to put this bit to a real test. I'm setting up to drill 304 stainless steel. This piece is 6 millimeters thick, which is just about 1/4 inch. I'm using the same 1/4 inch TTP bit that I already drilled more than a half a dozen holes into the mild steel. Very impressive. Once it got started, it went pretty quick. Now I'm going to compare it to the cobalt bit from Drill America. This is their 1/4 inch M42 bit, meaning it's 8% cobalt. In theory, this bit should be harder than the TTP M35 bit. Same piece of 304 stainless steel. The Drill America bit is having a very difficult time getting started. The bit just seems to walk around on the stainless. I'm applying more pressure now, significantly more pressure than the TTP bit. Now it's cutting well. Wow, that was much tougher than drilling with the TTP bit. Well, the TTP bits definitely won that test. Let's try another challenge. Now this is 316 stainless steel, which can be a very difficult material to drill through. This is a piece of boat deck rail hardware. It has both a round profile and a flat area as well. The wall thickness is about 5/32 thick, and the tang is exactly 1/4 of an inch. I'm starting on the round profile with the same 1/4 inch TTP bit that I used for all the previous tests. Let's see how this bit does on the polished profile without any punch marks or dimple. The TTP bit is biting right away into the polished round profile. Impressive. And it completes the task in about the same amount of time and pressure as 304 stainless. Okay, let's try the same drill test with the 1/4 inch M42 Drill America bit. The Drill America bit is really struggling. Okay, it's been a couple minutes without progress. I'm throwing in the towel. This is a fail. There's no question we have a new king of the shop with these TTP drill bits. They left the Drill America bits in the dust. But I'm not done. Let's see how they would do drilling case-hardened bolts. Bolts can be hardened through a heat treating process that increases their tensile strength as well as their hardness of the steel. Heat-treated metric bolts are often marked with their grade. The larger the number, the greater the strength. I made a trip to the hardware store and I found these hardened metric bolts ranging from 8.8 to 12.9. Let's see if we can find the limit of these TTP hard drill bits. I'm using the same 1/4 inch cobalt TTP bit that I used to drill the mild steel and the stainless. Results were very impressive. No problem drilling through any of the hardened bolts. Okay, full disclosure here. TTP actually supplied me with these bits, and I received no other compensation other than the drill bits. And all of the opinions here are my own. You know, I didn't really have high expectations for these drill bits. I really believed in my Drill America bits. But I must admit that their performance has really surprised me. Still, there are a couple of things worth mentioning that are not on the positive side. First, I would have liked to have seen them add flats on the shank of the drill, meaning rather than being a round end, it has flat section to prevent the drill bit from spinning in the chuck. This simple little feature greatly adds to reliability. Second, I noticed that the TTP bits are manufactured in China. And in general, when I think of Chinese products, I usually think subpar quality. And so I reached out to my contact at TTP about using China for manufacturing. And he first reminded me that TTP got its start in England, which is where they are headquartered today. He said that when they began their search for a manufacturing partner, they got samples from manufacturers in Germany, the United States, Canada, as well as China. Long story short, China won the competition, and they've been very happy with the quality that they have provided. My final concern about the TTP bits is the price. This 29-piece set is priced at $189 US. But as I mentioned before, buyer beware. There are lots of poor quality cobalt bits out there. Like most things in life, better quality costs more. To ease the pain a bit, I got TTP to provide 20% off to you guys. Just put DIY Mark in the coupon code at checkout and you'll get 20% off your entire purchase. I'll put a link to their website in the description below. Well, I hope you found this video informative, and you can help me out by hitting the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel if you like this sort of content. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.